Congratulations to all nominees and winners.
Hard to believe that was only a year ago.
Yeah, and we're already about to kick off another Olympic season.
We already can't wait to see the world's best back at center ice. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's do a quick rundown of what we have to look forward to today, because things in this year's show will look a little bit different. First, the actual awards being presented will be reserved for the Lifetime Achievement Award winners. But the rest of the show this year will feature exclusive skating content, including programs created just for this program by some of your favorite skaters, as well as live interviews with some of the very best the skating world has to offer.
So all of that is to say there'll be less talking, more skating, and we know you all like that. So we'll also be getting all of you watching at home involved with some Twitter polls, inviting everyone to be a part of the show as well.
So we'll check back in with you, our audience, shortly, but for now, we did say we'd stop talking at some point.
Yeah, cut it off.
It's hard. Let's check in with our first featured skating location, where a very special guest is getting ready to give us a look behind the scenes at some of the world's top training centers and the skaters hard at work on the ice. It's 2014 Olympic gold medalist Maxim Trenkov. Max, take it away, buddy.
Tennis and Charlie, most beautiful skating family, and my lovely friends. Hey skaters and fans all over the world. I'm happy to show you a little insight to the most important training camps here in Russia. This right behind me is the rink in Novogorsk, Moscow area. It's the summer base of Eteri Tudberidze, where her team training some of the greatest talents this country has. Anna Sherbakova, Kamila Valieva, Alexandra Trusova, Alena Kostornaya, Evgenia Tarasova and Vladimir Morozov. At Novogorsk training camp, we have some quite strict rules for entering the safety bubble, but we fulfilled all the restrictions and safety rules. But before we go in there, I have to say, there are two more coaches I want to visit. This is St. Petersburg, home base of Tamara Moskvina. Today, she and Alexei Mishin present their teams at this rink, especially for us. So, also here is a big crowd of great talent waiting for us. I will check out the rink for you, show you around a little, and hopefully get to meet as many faces as possible. All the skaters are training very hard at the moment. It is such a special year. Beijing is getting closer and closer. And I thought, why not have a little fun while all this hard training? So, I brought some good music tracks with me. I hope the skaters are ready for showing their coolest moves and tricks. So, stay tuned and don't miss. Back to you, Tanit and Charlie.
All right, thank you, Max. Really looking forward to seeing the skaters in Moscow and St. Petersburg in action. And as we said earlier, Russia is only one of the locations around the world where our cameras have traveled. So, plenty more to come. And as we said earlier, things are moving fast towards Beijing 2022, but today we're taking a look back at what was definitely a challenging figure skating season, where the skaters did their best to navigate lost training time and the cancellation of numerous events due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, and thankfully it seems like in many places the skating world is slowly returning to its competitive rhythm, but through it all, athletes were working hard, competing when and where they could safely, and delighting skating fans with some outstanding performances. Let's take a look back now at some of the highlights from the 2020-2021 skating season.
Hello. Hello.
See, now that's just not fair because now I'm all excited for next season and we still have to wait months for it to begin. And I don't know about you, Charlie, but seeing skating montages always takes me back to my competitive days. And I know it's been a long time since I've been out there, but I don't know. I guess sometimes I just miss it. What?
Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes you just gotta let it go. I mean, yes, it's true. I'm wearing this a little bit tight. I don't know if you.
Is that your Olympic tux?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. When did you even have time to change?
There's always time to change. Importantly, I've gotten extra dressed up for a reason. I wanted to get ready for our first interactive poll with the audience. I thought we could do a little best dressed host competition because, as you know, we love competing against each other. So let's see who's got the edge this time.
The edge, was that a skating pun?
Yeah.
Okay, the show is going downhill so fast. All right, fine, let's ask the audience. Who do you think is dressed better today, me or Charlie? And by the way, the loser is doing dishes for like a month.
You're on, but also I just want to tell the audience, like, I have 2 ties on, so I know I'm starting at a disadvantage, but maybe that's where we're going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably get back on track here, and what better way to do that than by checking in with the reigning and now 3-time world champion from the United States, Nathan Chen. Tanith, you were able to catch up with Nathan this week to get an update on how he's feeling heading into next season, and we made sure the cameras were rolling. Check it out.
Nathan, thank you so much for making this possible. We know that you're a very busy man, so very much appreciate you making the time, especially since we have some catching up to do with you. The last time we saw you was when you were competing at the ISU World Team Trophy in Japan. So can you fill us in on how your off season went and where you are right now heading into next season?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Since World Team Trophy, I've basically been back in California, sort of relaxing, resting for the next season, as well as now I'm currently starting to get in the section of the season where I'm trying to plan my new programs and choreograph my new short program and free program. So that's all in the works right now. Neither of them are quite finished yet, but they should be done quite soon, and looking forward to being able to perform them next season.
Well, I know everyone's looking forward to seeing them. And speaking of competition, I wanted to ask you, when I competed, I have to say I was a mess like 90% of the time. From the outside looking in, you don't seem to have that problem. Can you give us a little bit of an insight of what goes on in your mind, how you manage the stress under those high pressure competition moments?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I definitely may not look like it, but I am very stressed during those moments. But ultimately it comes down to, sort of trusting my team and trusting the people around me and, knowing that the work that everyone has helped me put in will, ultimately get me to the goals that I want, and just having faith and trust in that, and as well as, just truly trying to enjoy myself as best as I can out there, knowing that, I'm not obviously going to be in the sport forever, so the time that I'm in the sport, I should really do the most to try to enjoy every moment that I have.
Very wise words. It kind of makes me feel better to know that you got nervous too.
Sure.
We really appreciate hearing your insight. I know your fans do, and the audience for this year's show is a lot more involved too. We have some polls and quizzes on Twitter that they'll be able to interact with. So beforehand, we sent you a request if you could come up with a question for our audience to test their Nathan Chen trivia knowledge. So were you able to come up with something?
Absolutely. So here's my question. What instruments do I like to play? A, flute and bagpipe. B, violin and ukulele, or C, guitar and piano?
All right, so it's up to you guys at home now. Head on over to Twitter and vote to see how well you know Nathan.
Guitar
Nathan,
and
thanks
piano.
so much for your time. We very much appreciate it, and best of luck for next season.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Charlie, I don't want to dwell on this, but I know you're nervous, and I just want you to accept that Nathan's not going to be in this sport forever.
Yeah, I don't think I can deal with that.
This is a scary thing.
Why would
for
you
us.
tell us that?
Well, we certainly appreciate Nathan giving us his time and for giving us an idea for the next poll question for the audience. So, as he said, let's see how well you all know the world champion. What instruments does Nathan like to play? The options are flute and bagpipe, violin and ukulele, guitar and piano. I really want to see the bagpipes.
Well, without a doubt. I mean, let's be honest. He could probably play all of those like at the same time.
Of course.
But head on over to Twitter, take your best guess, and in the meantime, we want to let you know that the creators of the show have been hard at work thinking about how to celebrate a very different kind of competitive season. As we said, this year only the Lifetime Achievement Award will be presented, but we will be presenting it not once, not twice, but 3 times.
That's right. Although we will not be handing out the awards for Best Coach, Best Costume, Most Entertaining Program, Best Choreographer, Best Newcomer, or Most Valuable Skater. There are so many amazing people who have contributed to figure skating over the years and deserve a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, definitely worth taking the time to do that. So before we reveal who will be the recipient of an ISU Lifetime Achievement Award, let's take a look at our first performance, which comes to us from Montreal, Canada, where the U.S. Ice Dance champions and last year's Best Costume Award winners have created a brand new program exclusively for the show. Here they are skating to I Hear a Symphony by Cody Fry, 2-time world medalists Madison Chalk and Evan Bates.
Hi, I'm Madison Chalk,
And I'm Evan Bates.
and we're so excited to share with you a performance we made especially for the ISU Awards.
Here it is.
I used to hear a simple song. That was until you came along. Now its place is something new.
You can watch on YouTube
I hate when I
ISU
look at you.
Awards. ISU Skating Awards.
With simple songs I wanted more. Perfection.
Okay. Have a good afternoon, everyone.
You